Hello and welcome to my Wealth Odyssey. In a slight break from my traditional monthly updates, I thought I would give a little mid-month update, kind of with my thoughts on my investing journey as a small investor, so that I can kind of articulate my plans going forwards and also what are the milestones that I'm looking to achieve as well. So on screen you see that I've got 5 stocks at the moment and they are heavily weighted towards the quantum computing sector. This month I have made some extra purchases of my 3 quantum stocks, and you'll see there that I'm now at £2,250 for 2 of those stocks, and IONQ is sitting at 2,500. So clearly my portfolio is weighted extremely heavily towards quantum, and for good measure. The prices were good. It's an emerging sector, and in the next 4 to 5 years I genuinely think this is going to be an absolute game changer. So I needed to get my position early, and I really need to make some moves so that I can actually grow my portfolio quickly in these early days. And to round it off, I've got 2 stocks in the healthcare sector that make up only £500 of my £7,500 invested portfolio. Just a quick note to say that nothing that I say in this video should be taken as financial advice. This is literally just my journey, guys. This is just what I'm doing, my thoughts and my plans to try and actually grow my wealth. Things go up and down, and your capital is always at risk. So let's have a quick look at a couple of the stock purchases that I have got. So this is Rigetti, and this is the Rigetti chart. You can see here when I made my first purchase back in, where is it, down here in April, we were going sideways. It was a fantastic time to start buying. I thought I would have a longer period to actually start DCAing into the stocks from my salary. However, as you can see here, it's been an absolute parabolic rise, and I have continued to accumulate my position in Rigetti. And that orange line there is my average cost for the position. So as you can see, they're a really lovely gain on that stock. And yes, it will fall, and it is falling at the moment, but I'm quite happy with that, especially as I'm still accumulating that stock position as well. And what I've decided, guys, is that I've got roughly £2,500 in each of those 3 stocks. My plan is to get to £3,000 minimum in those 3 stocks over the next month or 2, and that will be my baseline. That will be the minimum that I want to have invested in those stocks. And yes, if those stocks continue to fall, and in fact if it goes below my cost price, I will absolutely be adding to these stocks because I believe in them in the long term. I genuinely think that in 5 years time we'll be looking at a chart that is far higher than what we are now. However, these are not profit-making companies at the moment, and I think a lot of people are positioning themselves given where they think that quantum computing will be in the next couple of years, and then potentially 4 years' time when they start turning profits and disrupting a lot of other sectors. Another thing that I wanted to just talk about is the most valued company in the world, sitting I think around about 4 trillion, but I've got the chart here on the screen. So you can see here it's absolute parabolic rise since, I mean, crikey, we could go back even further kind of thing, but yeah, this is from 2016 to pretty much the end of 2025. But what I was going to say here is that I want to show you this little, it doesn't look that much actually, but have a look at this little downtrend that we had in November 2021. Have a look at that, guys, 64% it dropped. And this is the most valuable company in the world, and it dropped over that period of 318 days, so pretty much heading towards 11 months. It dropped. Can you imagine seeing your portfolio drop in a stock by 65%? Well, that's exactly what the opportunity we have here in quantum. So you can see here as well a huge fall from local highs back in January 2025 all the way down to here. How long was that? Again, that was a 67% drop and 65 days, so 2 months of constant selling and downward pressure until we rebounded. So the thing that I'm acutely aware is that at these levels, these higher levels, I will see a 50 to 60% correction at some point. So my point here is that 3 grand is my minimum invested. However, if we do get that 65% drawdown in the future, then yes, absolutely, I'm very, very happy to add to my position, because I know where, well, I think I know where this stock is going to go to in the future, and I really, really do think we have an opportunity to maybe to see some new Nvidias as well. So with my 3 quantum plays, they do quantum computing in 3 different ways. However, I only need one of those to absolutely go parabolic to actually change the scene. However, I think all 3 have a place in the market as pure quantum plays. So I'm comfortable with that risk, and we'll just have to see how things turn out. There is one stock that I want to show you here that I am kind of tracking out of interest more than anything, but that is the Coinbase stock. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because I'm very interested in the Circle stock as well. So that's the stable coin stock for USDC. So you can see here in November 2021, if I actually have a little look here, so at this peak here after their IPO, if you go all the way down to the actual bottom of the price range here, you'll see that it dropped 91% across 420 days. So over a year, it was completely going to the downside. Absolutely shocking. 90%. That is actually when the BTC and crypto top was in the last cycle. So you can see here the absolute bleed out, but crikey, I mean, if you're losing 91%. But look, since then, we've actually had a really nice rally. And if you go from the bottom to the top, let's just have a look here. If we go to the bottom to the top here, you're looking at 1,200%. So that's a 12x on your money if you buy in the bear and sell at peak euphoria. So the reason why I'm showing you this is that a few videos ago that I was actually kind of looking at a stock, and that is Circle. So this is the stablecoin issuer. Now, obviously the chart is looking quite young. This is now on a daily time frame. So you can see here that we've had a parabolic rise up to $300, and we're currently sitting at 128. I did say that if we did reach down here to $100, I thought there would be, I think there will be a lot of buy pressure because it's a nice big round number. However, the reason why I showed you the Coinbase chart is I think that we're probably going into a bear market now on BTC. It's sitting, around about $110,000. And there seems to be a little bit of exhaustion and a little bit of weakness in the market. Now, if we do go into a bear market and BTC does retrace back, okay, it may not retrace 70-80% like last time, given obviously the ETFs. Let's just say it comes down and we level out at 70 grand. That would mean that, let's just say we have a 70-80% drop on this stock as well. So let's just have a quick look from that last high, what kind of price we might be able to expect on Circle. So if I go down here to about, let's just say 80%, I know it was 90% on Coinbase, but I'm not sure we're going to get that much of a retracement on BTC. So let's just say 75 then, just for argument's sake. Okay, so if we go to 75, we are looking at a new price of around $65. So at $65, which I can absolutely see, because this is going to be very correlated with the crypto market. So very, very interesting stock to watch. And I said that I would probably have a little nibble at $100, but to be honest with you, we are now so close to the end of the actual bull run in crypto that I'm going to go back on what I said. I will not be having a nibble at $100. And I think that I'll probably start looking to add to my position once we've bottomed out and once we get a little bit of sideways action. So if I go back to the Coinbase chart, you see here where we've actually gone sideways from May 2022 all the way across to July 2023. So that is around about 15 months of pretty much sideways action. We've pretty much found the bottom at that point. It's a really, really easy confluence to see. So that's what I'll be looking for in Circle. I pretty much see the stock falling as it's so correlated to the actual crypto markets. So I imagine it's going to come down here, and then when it starts bouncing around, whatever level that is, I mean, that could be $50, it could be $60, it could be $70, I will be looking to make 1, maybe 2 purchases if we come down a little bit further. But I will make 2 purchases potentially, and I will wait and hold and wait 2 or 3 years and then I will be selling at that hopeful 8 to 10x. That would be absolutely fantastic. So just a little update on Circle, which I've been watching like a hawk to see what's happening, but now that we're so late in the bull run, I genuinely think we're going to shift to the actual downside. What I'm starting to do now is I'm starting to think about the next steps. So I've been thinking about hubs and spokes. So quantum computing sits at the center. What kind of other industries and sectors are going to be hugely affected by quantum computing in 5-10 years time? So this is really important because I really want to identify the next companies that maybe in their infancy, or companies that are starting to adopt quantum or having those conversations or striking up deals, that will be the disruptors of the future. I mean, if you look at Palantir at potentially $8 and look at it now, I mean, that is it's sitting around about $180. So an absolutely huge monumental rise of 25x. I'd love to find some of those plays. So at the moment, I'm currently doing some research, and I just thought I'd just throw up on the screen some of the sectors that I've been thinking about looking at and doing some initial research into. But quantum computing is going to have a huge impact on a number of areas. People are saying about quantum is completely overvalued. There's no generation of money at the moment, and people are actually investing in these companies and there's nothing there, and it's a bit of a bubble. The thing that I took away is that this is not a bubble. AI and quantum is not a bubble. In fact, it is showing the bubbles that exist in other areas. So there is going to be whole sectors, I believe, that are going to be transformed by quantum computing and the quantum ecosystem that is built out. So you'll find that some sectors really do suffer massively. So I want to be ahead of the curve and investing in those companies that are the future. Have a look on the screen. We've got semiconductors, we've got cybersecurity, so post-quantum encryption for blockchains, because there is a real quantum threat to hacking of BTC and other chains as well. We've got cloud infrastructure, you've got opportunities with sustainability in energy as well, hardware, life sciences and materials, optimization through robotics and automation, and also the potential to actually power AI and do more machine learning and healthcare and other things like that. So I mean, there really is a huge number of areas that could be the next and beneficiaries of quantum computing that is coming in the coming years. These are the sectors that I'm kind of looking at. I'm looking at the deals, I'm looking at the companies. Ideally, I'm looking for smaller based companies that are doing good things, but there's a ton of potential out there. And yeah, you might be thinking, Chris, you're looking at, again, quite speculative, high risk investments. However, the one thing that I will say is that I'm very, very early in my journey. I started with nothing at the beginning of 2025. And I'm starting to slowly build my positions, and I'm only in year one, guys. So if I make mistakes, if I lose money, fine, that's okay. I'm very, very happy with that. Well, not happy with it, but I am happy because I'm learning, I'm trying to make moves. If I just go for these kind of very safe plays that are dividend stocks, that are paying me sort of £1 or £2 while the actual capital value is actually going down in those stocks, I'm not really making a lot of progress. I really need to be scaling up so that if I can hit some big numbers, yes, my actual risk tolerance will fall in the future. But at the moment, I just need to start making what I think are the best plays for the next 5 years. And I'm not going to be touching my quantum stocks. Even if we go down 80-90% and I'm at a loss, I am not selling these quantum stocks. I genuinely think that they're going to be the future, and I'm looking for more companies that are going to complement that. So yeah, just a little update, guys, in terms of my thoughts and what I'm doing. I'm quite happy to build my cash reserves on the side, so when those good opportunities do come up, I'm there to actually invest a little bit quicker than I did with the quantum stocks. I thought I had a little bit more time with those, but they've seemed to have run away a little bit too quickly, for my liking anyway. But still, it's all part of the journey, and the markets will remain here, and I'm not going to chase them too much. I'll get to my positions, I execute my plan, and we move forward. And if you found any stocks that might be of interest, then yeah, just let me know in the comments. I'm open to doing more research and to understanding more about the market. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and yeah, I will be back with my next video, which will be my month end video for October, and at the moment things are looking up.